Feel like lucid be my dreams. Said you steady love me, so I'm sure you know the means. It's like I'm living all inside a movie in a dream. Sequels to my life entirely up to me. Slowly suffocating, do you notice how it feels? Baby, can you hold me while I'm running through a field like...
When you want to be a diva, you're a demon. You need holy oil, right? You need to sit down in the holy oil. You need to go get a church bath and cleanse your body. I think you are confused. I think you need some guidance. I think your parents feel a little way about that.
Okay, I'm ready for this one. Stream University is the first time that a lot of these streamers have been able to run across each other. People that are supposed to be considered peers are able to address and confront all of the feelings and things that they've had about their compadres in the industry. It's also a time to get off a clip farm in and of it all, but we can talk about that at a little later of a time. But streamer OJ Suave, or I'm hoping that's how you pronounce his name, homophobic laden rant that he gave to PlaqueBoyMax really was weird to me. It struck a nerve. Mind you, there are a bunch of streamers on this campus, so you're not gonna get too many opportunities to say what you want to say. And OJ took the time to talk about holy oil.
It's come to my attention that 79% of y'all are not sub to the channel, man. Make sure y'all sub up so you can say you've been here since day one. And follow the socials below.
Oil, parents, disappointment in PlaqueBoyMax, and him selling his soul. Now, naturally, PlaqueBoyMax was emotional about this confrontation. And for what it's worth, I think that this is the jumping off point for a good conversation about streamer mental health, how nobody really gives a damn, and how there's so many underlying issues in the streaming community as a whole. If you're new to this and you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. It's going to go a long, long way for the channel. We are walking down 200,000 subscribers, and it would be great if you came along with me. Now, back into the video.
Are you going to tell your son that you are a diva? That is an abomination, Max. I am not proud of you. I am proud of everything
I'm
that
gonna give
you
you all my
did.
thoughts on this.
Changing the game. Changing your skin to Bucky. Diva? Diva start with D. Diddy.
To say that this clip was weird would honestly be an understatement, especially when you consume all 3 minutes of the rant. It's pretty hard to digest because it just drug on for too long. PlaqueBoyMax approached OJ not in a way of confrontation, but a way of complimenting him. This was right after the Stream University fashion show, and as two fashion guys on the streaming side of the internet, it would make sense for them to have at least some sort of moment. And apparently they do go way back. And instead of, I don't know, maybe meeting Max's good energy with your good energy, OJ decided to go on to this long, and I do mean long, rant about how Max being a diva was disappointing to his family, his fans, his identity. He was a sellout. How was he going to be able to face his kid? Literally used the words abomination and all this other stuff like that. It's crazy. And Max brushed this off in the beginning because, hey, we're doing this on camera. For the most part, streamer rules go, if it's on camera, it's supposed to be lighthearted. We're not having real serious conversations, but OJ decided to double down in it.
When you keep pushing that barrier and time passes, what happens? What next? Don't lose yourself, don't sell your soul, Max. They want your soul. You change the game. Don't sell your soul. You know I have a soul. You know how to hold my tongue.
It got spiritual. We started calling it demonic and all these other things. And what clearly felt like a private conversation was held online. OJ accused Max of being confused, pushing a fake person, chasing clips and engagement, disappointing his peers, all these different things. And on the back end of it, he praised Max's talents, saying that he didn't need a persona to make people happy and enjoy him and all of these things like that, which may be OJ's intended message in it of it all, but it didn't need to come in this homophobic laden rant that OJ decided to get off on stream. Part of what's strange in this to me is that he's claiming that he's coming to Max in a genuine perspective, but you can see that
it's cloud chasing. He's cloud chasing.
It's not being received.
Okay, I'm just gonna keep it a stack with it. There's two. I'm gonna say where, because there is an aspect where I am gonna say some shit that has to do with Max. This nigga, to me, this was all about some cloud chasing shit. This nigga doesn't give a fuck about none of this. This nigga, he's Jamaican, right? So he's saying, oh, I'm Jamaican too. This nigga would be called fire in Jamaica. All the shit he has in his head and the way he dresses, he would be looked at as the same exact way as Max. So none of this is genuine. His own family for sure probably has said shit like this to him, and people that he's grown up around, other Jamaicans and Caribbean people that he's been around have said this to him. Because it's like if a killer goes to another nigga who's a killer and like, yo, why you kill people? Yo, that's crazy, nigga. You do the same shit. This nigga would be considered the same way. Them niggas would be on his ass the same way this nigga's trying to be on Max's ass. So this is all strictly coming down to cloud chasing. I'm gonna keep it on it. This is not genuine. This is not none of that. Now, the one thing what I will say about Max, no nigga should make you, if you make a decision about something, no nigga should be able to come up and say something to you and make you cry behind it. You know what I mean? And what I mean by that is, I feel like the thing that bothers Max is because, to an extent, he isn't cemented in the shit that he's doing. If this is your sweat, this is your style, and this is the shit you really want to rock, stand 10 toes on it. That nigga's in your fit, nigga, I'm rocking it, and what? Nigga, like, bro, you stand 10 toes on what the fuck you're doing. Him getting emotional to me shows that, at least in my eyes, that he's not solidified in the shit he's wearing. He don't feel, I don't know. To me, it just seems like he's not solidified in his shit. Like, for example, Uzi. I fought with Uzi. Uzi my favorite artist, right? Uzi been like the way he is since he was a little boy. Like you could go back and see pictures of the nigga when he was a little boy and see how he used to. He was on the same shit. That's just him. That's him. You can't go up to Uzi and be like, yo, nigga, you dressed like da-da-da. He don't give a fuck. He won't, nigga, I'll fuck your bitch. He won't cuss you out type shit. He don't give a fuck. If you solidified in the shit you're doing, no nigga should be able to come and make you waver off of that or make you feel a way about it. Same shit. If I go out and I buy a fucking Benz, and a nigga come, yo, why the fuck you buy a Benz, nigga? Well, you nigga ain't even get a BMW. I'ma stand 10 toes, nigga. I bought the fucking Benz because I wanted the Benz, nigga. I made the decision to do that. If I get a girl and I marry my girl, nigga, like, yo, why you ain't get with a supermodel? Nigga, I made this shit. Nigga, I got with the girl because I fuck with her, nigga. That's, you stand 10 toes on the decision you make. And I feel like the only time you don't is when you're not solidified in your decision. You know what I mean? And that's the thing with the internet. If you come into the internet with certain shit, you have to make sure you're standing 10 toes because they gonna get on your ass about it. How many times are niggas gonna diss Cardi? How many times can niggas diss Uzi? They don't care. So it does nothing. But with him, he cares. So you have to either be solidified in that shit or just don't be, or like don't be on it. Like it depends. Are you in it or like it depends. You either solidified in that shit or not. And if you're not, and they can see its weakness, they gonna keep targeting it. Like, you get what I mean? Like, this nigga though, 100%, this was some cloud chasing shit. He don't give a fuck about none of that. And he would be viewed the same way in Caribbean culture. And this is coming from another nigga who is Jamaican. See what I'm saying? Like, all this shit he has in his head, you know, bro, you know what they do to this nigga, bro, in Jamaica, bro? Come on.
Well, Max looks totally
I'm keeping it
uncomfortable.
real. Like, I'm not even on this shit trying to hate on this nigga because da-da-da. Because another aspect to it where I'm being fair as fuck. I'm being so, like, neutral. This nigga did some cloud chasing that shit. This nigga does not care, and this nigga is on the same type of shit Max is on. I will say, though, the blowback that he did get from it, if the roles were reversed and Max did this to this nigga, nobody would care. Nobody would have blown this up the way, if Max had did it to this nigga and this nigga started crying and walked away and shit, niggas would not have had the outrage behind it that they would have flamed the fuck out of him. I'm gonna keep it 100. I'm being neutral. I'm being neutral as fuck. They would have been on this nigga. They would have been clowning this nigga. So it's a double-edged sword. I feel like I understand both perspectives, and then him just going on this whole rant about like just some cloud chasing that shit. But yeah, I do think if the roles were reversed, it wouldn't have been what it was. Niggas would have clowned the fuck out of this nigga, bro. Let's be real. Let's be real. All the streamers wouldn't have been getting on this nigga's ass and all that shit. With that being said, the nigga still did some cloud chasing ass shit. Nigga still did some weird shit. And I think now he's still posting TikToks about it. It was obviously just some cloud chasing shit.
As this big Jamaican man towers over him and is berating him about the lifestyle choices that he made, saying things like demonic, saying things like his parents would be disappointed, even if they were friends, which I don't really think that they are. That's probably not the best way to go about doing that. I don't know. Now, eventually, PlaqueBoyMax would get tired of this
Max,
and
I think
remove his.
He said at the start, Max put him on. Like Max, like gave him like I don't know, if rated him or gave him subs or whatever the fuck. Like
situation to walk away. But what happened like after this?
If Save that was my manager or that was a nigga who did some shit for me, I would never go up in front of no camera in front of like 50,000 niggas and try and embarrass that nigga. Like I would talk to that nigga in private. You get what I mean? Cause it's okay to be curious. Like, yo, bro, are you bi? Are you gay? Are you straight? Or like, what you got? That's fine to have those conversations. Max probably has those conversations with his friends in real life. See what I'm saying? But why the fuck are you trying to do that in front of 50,000 niggas, 100,000 niggas, and you know that shit's gonna get clipped, a million niggas are gonna see it. Your intentions aren't genuine.
How Max felt about the whole interaction. It wasn't some sort of joke. He took this pretty doggone seriously.
I'm an ambassador. I don't really want to chill niggas. I want to just chill. I've been streaming this whole time.
The whole interaction between OJ ranting at him and then PlaqueBoyMax delivering this message lasted about 7-ish minutes in total view time. And at no point in that did Max use any of that to turn this into some sort of content. He left his stream earlier than he planned. And I think that matters because normally Max knows how to improv. That's what streaming is about. Taking a bad situation and flipping it into a good one. This time, he appeared to be emotionally exhausted.
Yes, get into it.
Max explained that he was tired of people creating these fake narratives about him because of how he expresses himself. People regularly use his fashion, his mannerisms, his tattoos, his personality, his emotional openness, and turn those things into an assumption about his identity or authenticity, and more importantly, his sexuality.
This is me, nigga. Like, I don't give a fuck, bro. I might be a little weird, bro. I might test some shit. Niggas get cold, bro. Think I'm gay. I don't give a fuck. What's wrong with being gay? There's nothing wrong with that shit, bro. Y'all niggas is whack. You're corny. And you just think how the next nigga think. You don't have your own mind, bro. That shit whack. But I'm gonna be myself, regardless. None of y'all can fucking with me. I don't care.
And OJ's comments repeated many of those accusations directly to Max's face. Max, once again, was told that he was playing some sort of character rather than simply expressing himself. His reaction was therefore not only about what happened during those 3 minutes, it represented the exhaustion of repeatedly being faced with this sort of criticism about the way that he has been portraying himself on social media. And I think that all of this is extremely funny because this is happening while at a
Yo, side note, I do think it's actually super fire that the nigga actually showed love to the wardrobe nigga and was cooling with the nigga. Because there's a lot of niggas who probably going to hate on that nigga and clown that wardrobe nigga, you know? He was chill with the nigga. And I actually seen someone, I don't know the wardrobe nigga at all. Like, I didn't know him at all before the streamer shit. But the nigga, I seen some clips that when they went to Sky Jackson shit, it was actually pretty funny. But yeah, like, yeah, I feel like, bro, it's so much, like, levels and, like, different, like, aspects you could come at this shit from. I do think the nigga did some lame shit, but I also feel like Max need to be grounded in his decision. You can't let no one motherfucker be able to affect you like that over something that you want to do. You know what I mean? If you want to do music, no nigga could come up to you, should be able to come up to you and be like, yo, nigga trying to do music and make you feel a way about it and be heard about it. And you're like, no, nigga, I'm gonna do that shit. I'm gonna go crazy, nigga. What? Like, I don't know, bro.
Sponsored event who went through some of the same things
I
as
feel
he was going.
like that would happen if I didn't believe in myself when it came to music. But doing something, you better believe in yourself, better stand 10 toes in it, you know?
Changes. And most people and streamers stood up for him, but I guess because the change wasn't necessarily about or could be questioning his sexual identity and preferences, it goes a little bit different. I just find it strange that people defended Kai in these moments, but don't also defend Max in these same exact moments of going through this great change in life.
I will say they are two different situations, but I do think a lot of people did defend Max in this situation. There are niggas who are flaming him though. But there were niggas who were flaming Kai too, like saying he was performative and shit. So.
And this didn't ring off with a lot of people. Let me be extremely clear. Once the campus saw how this interaction affected Max, they began confronting OJ about it, and rightfully so.
Max is so excited to see OJ. I was like, yo, you're fit hard. Bro, you went in on him, gang. Max got quiet. He been happy this entire time. And then he started crying, gang. Like, I had him to wait today. I ain't gonna lie, bro, you gotta let people do what they want to do. What the fuck you
What is on DDG's fucking socks, gang?
Not to tell him what he can do or can't do. As soon as I start leaving, I see Max start crying. People making fun of other people. I don't like that. I'm 5-star, nigga. This is university. We all supposed to be coming together. I'm on my way. Max, start that stream, man.
Kai openly said he did not enjoy or like how OJ had this conversation with a happy PlaqueBoyMax. Tylil and DDG came to his defense. The Core Boys described OJ's interactions as weird. And there's so many things wrong with the way that he went about doing this. Let's say that OJ actually did feel like these things were an issue with PlaqueBoyMax. It seems as though they have more of a line of communication than you or I would. So let's reach out. Let's have a private conversation and maybe we can come to a better understanding. But to do this long, drawn out, 3-minute rant about this situation to somebody who is visibly uncomfortable about the things that you are saying is really, really odd and really, really strange. Not to mention the homophobic piece of it all. But what makes this worse to me is that OJ didn't just miss the mark one time and then, you know, say that, hey, my bad, I fucked up, I probably can go back and do it better. When he was confronted about these situations, how he stood in the fire to me really got under my skin.
You went up to him. Exactly. Yeah. So you bullied him first, right?
Okay, are we gonna have a conversation here or are you gonna walk to me and walk away? Because I'm a person with multiple perspectives.
Okay, well, there could be multiple perspectives, but you still don't disrespect somebody like that. At the end of the day, that's still highly rude. If you got a problem, keep it to yourself, boo. If you don't respect nobody, then you don't get respect for yourself.
Oh, Max walked away from me.
He walked away from you because he felt uncomfortable with you. Obviously, you coming up there pressing him. Okay, you're a human being bullying other human beings over somebody that didn't do nothing. He's going to the club. What the fuck do the club got to do with him doing this and that, doing this and that?
Perceive it as bullying. Max walked away. If Max felt away, I've been knew Max. Max was one of the first streamers I knew. I feel like as a person to a person, if you feel away about something, you enlighten me. You don't walk away. Everybody talks about streaming. When I'm talking to somebody, I'm just talking to them.
Now, OJ is 1,000% wrong. And not because he's arguing with Wardrobe, who is like 17. And I think that Wardrobe has a little bit more invested into this conversation because he has more skin in the game than the average person coming to defend Max. But claiming he's not bullying Max based off of his own perception is probably what a bully would do, to be quite honest with you. Hey, I'm not being mean to you. That's just something that you perceive. How can you make that judgment about if you are being mean or bullying somebody as the one that is administering the meanness or the bullyingness? You're telling them how they should basically receive your words and how they should feel. That's silly. That's crazy. I don't even understand that concept. It's that gaslighting from that old world is crazy. And then 2, to make it seem as though, hey, I was having a conversation with Max when you sat there for 3 straight minutes and talked to him uninterrupted. Conversation by definition is an interactive, informal exchange of thoughts, ideas, feelings, or information between 2 or more people. Unlike rigid lectures or transactional directives, it relies on spontaneous, mutual participation to build social connections and share perspectives. The problem with what OJ did is that it was one-sided. It was more of the lecture, like this definition or any other definition, whether it be by a
Actually, Max, yeah, I see. And then the way the nigga handled it was wrong too. Nigga, go up and keep it a stack, nigga. Like, bro, niggas trying to be on a bit like, oh, I wasn't da 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 da. Like, be like, yo, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I went up to him, brought it up. I didn't think he was gonna get emotional about it. Like, I was saying shit, you know, we all in this bitch in this bitch trying to clip farm and crack jokes and shit. I'm not thinking he taking this shit serious. It's Max, you know what he do? You know he do da da da. I'm thinking he gonna be like, and well, I'm a diva and stand 10 toes and we gonna laugh and shit. I'm not thinking he actually getting like hurt by the shit. You see what I'm saying? And then I also was kind of curious, like, yo, is he really doing that, or is it like is it some cloud chase and shit? Like, just be 100. This nigga trying to mask like, no, I was having a conversation with him. I wasn't being disrespectful. Like, come on, bro.
Or Lay would say, it requires two people to be talking. You were talking at him. You were lecturing him about the things that he was doing being wrong and disappointing him. This wasn't a sharing of ideas or perspective. So don't get mad after, or don't then spin it after 3 minutes of talking directly at somebody about all the things that they were doing, how it's demonic, not a joke, how they needed to be bathed in holy oil, not a joke. I don't understand how this is some sort of conversation. Let me come back down. And you would think that OJ would walk back this stance, put a pause in his thought process, and maybe go back and look at that interaction, reflect, maybe form a new opinion or methodology or method about going about doing these things after the interaction with Wardrobe. But no, as the night goes on, more people come up to him. And the way that he dances around these things, boy, he must have been on Dancing with the Stars before.
I say you're not the diva, you're a demon. That don't represent.
Listen, it be some niggas that I think I'm not gonna say Jamaican niggas. I'm Jamaican. But it's some of these niggas, bro, they will not tell you like if everybody is telling you, if everyone around them like, yo, nigga, the grass is green, and they see it and they're like, nigga, it's red, they gonna still argue with you. A lot of them, they'll still fuck around and argue with you. I wouldn't even say that's just Jamaican. There's a lot of people like that. So like, I feel like what fucked him up here is he kept trying to argue the situation, like, you get what I mean? Instead of like explain the situation. Because do I think this nigga was going there with the intention to make Max cry? Fuck no. I think the nigga was there kind of like coming to him about the shit, like, yo, you know, saying like, even when he said demonic, you need holy water. Partially homophobic, but also he could have went with like the narrative where it was like, not even necessarily what you dressing up and whatever is satanic or gay shit or something gay or gay shit as a whole is satanic. But gang, if you're not gay and you're doing this shit for your image, for clout, or push an agenda, you're doing something that goes against who you are as a person. That's some satanic, demonic shit. And I was confronting you behind that, trying to figure out like, yo, are you really on that shit or no, nigga? Or you're doing that shit for image? Because that shit is satanic. You're doing that. You're selling your soul to some shit. You doing some shit that goes against who you are. Da da da. And then also be like, yeah, and I was also on clip farming shit and cracking jokes and shit. I'm thinking he gonna crack jokes back and da 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 and flame me back and all type of shit. And be like, nigga, look at you and shit. I'm not thinking it was gonna make him emotional. You know what I mean? But he trying to argue with niggas that what he did wasn't wrong. You just be like, yo, that's my fault. Da da da. Misunderstood the situation. We all at Streamer University. All of us are trying to elevate our careers. I'm in this bitch. We're all trying to crack jokes, make clips. You know, like, bro, he could have went about this in a much better way, but he tried to stand 10 toes on it, where this is not even really a situation where you stand 10 toes on because there's nothing to stand on. You do the same shit the nigga does.
You. I said, Max, I'm proud of you. You're doing your thing.
You do the same shit
don't
this nigga does.
This not you. You don't gotta express yourself in that manner.
Yo, listen, they said that you lying, you call Max a demon?
Yeah, it's a demon. It's a demon.
He said,
I'm saying it in a Jamaican accent. Max, you're a demon.
So even in that monologue by multiple people, it was exposed.
Okay, even that, like, okay, I will say in Jamaica, like, I don't think he's literally like, oh, he's a fucking demon. Like when you say you're a demon, like it's like it is more of a joking term, like if I see a nigga, like say I'm chilling on home, I don't know, and he does some weird, I'm like, no, you're a demon, nah, like it's a joke. Like I understand, like I don't think he was literally meant like, yo, this nigga's like a demonic entity. You need some more, and he's like, you need some holy water. Like I know it was in a, I do agree that it was in kind of like a joking sense, because I know people that talk like that. Like I'll crack some joke like that. Sometimes I'll be like, yo, did this nigga just eat? Yo, did this nigga just eat? Yo, what would I crack a joke about some shit? Yo, did this nigga just eat a fucking anchovy? Nah, this nigga's a demon, nah. Like cracking some joke shit, you know? So I understand. I don't think he literally meant, yo, this nigga's literally a demonic entity because he, you know?
How he was in
Like, I think he's cracking jokes about it.
The retelling of the tale, manipulating what he said to Max. He's out there trying to convince this group of people that him using words like demonic and calling Max specifically a demon and saying that he needed to be bathed in the holy oil as some sort of Jamaican humor. He also believed that he was giving...
It is. I will say, yeah, you crack jokes on that. Or like, a nigga fucking, say you see your homie, he leave the club with some chop shit. You like, nah, this nigga, you need to put him in a holy water. Oh, he needs holy water. Like, yeah, they crack jokes. Like, yeah. So, yeah.
PlaqueBoyMax some sort of genuine advice. This context that he was trying to provide was that he was not trying to tear Max down, but trying to build him back up to be the old person that he was. What, the 19-year-old Max who was screaming up and down on stream. However, the explanation does not change the interaction and how it was received by the person that you were trying to give this quote-unquote advice to. Max went totally silent, walked away, and ended the stream. Almost everyone around felt that they needed to defend him. Could clearly see what was wrong with this, but OJ's intent can explain his perspective, but the impact explains how everyone's reaction was. I think the hardest part was simply not that Max was misunderstood yet again. That was gonna happen. But it was where the misunderstanding came from.
Y'all don't give a fuck, bro. I might be a little weird, bro. I don't give a fuck. What's wrong with being gay? There's nothing wrong with that shit, bro. Y'all niggas is whack. You're according. You just think how the next nigga think. Don't have your own mind, bro. That shit whack. But I'm gonna be myself, regardless. None of y'all niggas fucking with me. Don't care. You might think that shit because you're closed-minded, but it's one love, bro. It's one love. It don't matter. Niggas gay. It don't matter. They straight.
I don't see why niggas. I would never give a fuck enough. You know what I mean? I just would never care enough. You know? Now I will still be genuine with certain shit. Yeah, if I walk out and I see a nigga wearing high heels, I'll probably just assume he's gay. I don't give a fuck enough to go have a conversation with the nigga about why he's wearing high heels. If the nigga tells me he's not gay, he just like wearing high heels, I'm not gonna sit down and argue with it. I don't give a fuck, nigga. I'll be like, okay. I still think, yo, he might be, you know, he might be bi or some shit, or he might be some shit. I don't know. But I'm not gonna be in this bitch like having a long heated discussion pressing this nigga because of what the fuck he wants to wear. You know what I mean? I just don't care. I just could never care about some shit like that enough. So like, yeah, the OJ nigga's wrong. I will say that, yeah, even another aspect to it is though, like Max, if Max checks that nigga there, like, yo, chill out with that nigga, da da da. I feel like the nigga understand, okay, wait, you know? But Max just kind of sitting there like, so the niggas just keep going with the clip, you know what I mean?
Don't matter, bro. Why don't we just know each other? But fuck OJ. If you fuck with me, nigga, you said that shit off camera. You could have pulled me aside. I'd love to talk to you off camera. Why you saying that shit on camera?
For what it's worth, Max has dealt with internet speculations for years. Strangers have always been coming up to him, constantly questioning about who he is because he does not express himself in the way that the traditional male streamer would do. And we'll get into that in just 2 seconds. Do not worry. And don't get me wrong, online criticism is harmful still, but there's ultimately a distance between PlaqueBoyMax or X-Streamer and the anonymous accounts that are commenting on it. But this situation is different. OJ was another student standing directly in front of him. Max had approached him respectfully and appeared to view him as some sort of peer. Hearing those same narratives as someone who is supposed to be closely aligned with your thought processes, ideology, and an environment that is supposed to be about expression, because hell, that's what streaming and content creation is all about, kind of hits a little bit deeper. I'm not saying that Max is gay when I say this, but it's almost like going to the gay club and then getting called out for being gay. Like, damn, we can't be gay at the gay club. Where can we be gay? For what it's worth, though, Streamer University has been like the best environment for PlaqueBoyMax and other streamers. It's been a place where they can create, build bonds, you know, support other creators, be accepted around most of the campus, and appear genuinely happy.
Y'all can hear me now? Wardrobe. Play your favorite song and then start. You got to read off people saying hey to you in your chat and say hey back. That's called a roll call.
Wait, excuse me.
The relationship that PlaqueBoyMax and his gay roommate Wardrobe has been very, very fun and entertaining to watch. But that's what makes this confrontation feel just much more disruptive. This is a space that is allowed Max to relax, enjoy himself,
like
suddenly leads.
You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I don't watch shit like I'm not gonna see, like, yo, if I'm chilling and I see this nigga do this, I'm not gonna get mad at this nigga. Like, it is funny, nigga. Like, it's funny as fuck, nigga. If I look and I see a nigga doing this shit, I'm laughing my ass. I'm not like, this fucking gay ass, fucking cool fast nigga. Like, I'm not gonna, nigga, I'm just gonna die laugh. Like, I don't know how niggas care so much about shit.
Very fun and entertaining to watch.
Like,
that's
if I saw
this
niggas
confrontation feel just much more disruptive. This is a space that has allowed Max to relax, enjoy himself, and suddenly it's become another place where he can have these confrontations and assumptions about who he is. What makes it so strange to me, I hate playing this game, but I'm using this point to prove why this game is so stupid, why people shouldn't play it, all these different things like that. Assumptions only make an ass out of me and you. So when people are
I think the nigga's funny,
look like and what you dress like and placing these narratives on you, ultimately the tables will turn because somebody can then make an assumption out of you or on you about what you were doing. OJ made this conversation surrounding PlaqueBoyMax where he was using his homophobic banter, and while doing so, he had barrettes in his hair, right? While doing so,
Yeah, we're gonna leave it there because I feel like I got my main point across. But yeah, like, come on, bro. It's just a whole stupid, a dumb situation, bro.
Something, baby, I like just how you blushing. And maybe we could bust it at the function. Turn nothing to something. Wish you could just see the horrors of my life may upbring.